In a world that feels like it's moving a million miles an hour, trying to find even a moment of clarity can feel, well, almost impossible. Today, we're going to dig into a really fascinating idea: how a very unlikely tool might actually help us all slow down and understand ourselves just a little bit better.
So, think about this for a second. We are living in an age of just infinite information. I mean, the answer to pretty much any question you can dream of is right there, in your pocket. So, if having information isn't the problem, then what is?
And there it is. That's the twist. The real challenge isn't a lack of data, it's a total flood of it. We're kind of drowning in content. And you know what? It's quietly changing how we think. Which brings us to our first big idea: this constant state of information overload. It's a feeling we all know, right? But we almost never stop to think about what it's really doing to us. I mean, think about it. Every single spare moment gets filled. There's always another video to watch, another article to skim, another thing to add to the to-do list. And the results, our own thoughts just stay kind of fuzzy, and our decisions feel rushed because there's simply no space left just to, well, to think.
And this quote, wow, it just captures the subtle danger perfectly. It's not some big dramatic crisis. Nope. It's more like a quiet drift where the noise from the outside world just slowly gets louder than our own inner voice.
So, how in the world do we find that quiet space again? Well, the source material for this explainer suggests a very modern solution, but maybe not in the way you'd expect. Okay, this is absolutely crucial to understand. We're not talking about asking an AI for the meaning of life, all right? This thing isn't supposed to be a guru or a replacement for your brain. Instead, the idea is to use it as a tool, like a thinking partner, something that can help you guide your own thoughts. All right, so this is where it gets super practical. The source lays out 3 really simple, actionable techniques that you can literally try right away. So, we're going to look at using it for reflection, for asking better questions, and this one's my favorite: using it as a kind of mirror for your own mind. First up, reflection. So instead of letting all those confusing thoughts just swirl around in your head, you write them out. Just saying something as simple as, "I'm confused about this," and asking an AI to help me break this down forces you to get the problem out of your head. Now, what you get back isn't the truth, but it gives you structure. And structured thoughts, they're always easier to figure out. Okay, this next technique is really interesting because it flips the whole thing on its head. It focuses on questions, not answers. See, a lot of the time, we're stuck not because we don't have the answers, but because we're not even asking the right questions. This prompt turns the AI into a tool that just helps you probe your own thinking on a much deeper level. And this third technique, this one is powerful. All you do is write, freely, whatever's on your mind. Then you ask the AI to be a mirror, to just summarize your thoughts and reflect back any patterns it sees. And what might that mirror show you? Well, things you might be ignoring, the same doubts that keep popping up over and over, the same fears that are holding you back, or even the same desires that you haven't really acknowledged yet. But here's the key: the AI isn't creating these patterns, it's just highlighting what's already there, in your own words. But listen, with any powerful tool, it is so important to understand its limits. This is not a magic wand, and if you use it the wrong way, you could actually end up making things worse. This is the line in the sand you always have to remember. On one side, AI can help you organize your thoughts, it can suggest possible directions, but on the other side, it cannot live your life for you, and it absolutely cannot choose for you. That final step, the choice, that always has to be yours. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of it all. The moment you start outsourcing your decision making, you're not gaining clarity, you're actually giving away your own power. The whole goal here is to sharpen your thinking, not to replace it. Which brings us to the final and really the most important point of this whole process. No matter what tools you use, at the end of the day, the journey is yours and yours alone. Because look, a tool can help you get started. It can definitely clear away some of that noise. But real self-understanding, it doesn't happen overnight. It still takes time. And yeah, it requires patience, patience with yourself, and patience with the process. Because ultimately, that fundamental work of just sitting quietly and being honest with yourself, that is irreplaceable. There are no shortcuts for that, period. So we'll leave you with this one final thought from our source material. In a world that's just obsessed with moving faster and faster, maybe the most powerful thing we can do is find a way to just slow down. just long enough to see clearly. The answers we're all looking for, they might have been there the whole time.